A championship begins with one small step. It starts with the effort you bring. Whether you win or lose, what matters is that you have a common goal. And to reach that goal, it takes a united team acting as one. We come together to witness these heroes of the hardwood pour their heart and soul onto the court. This is High School Hoops presented by MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside the Lackawanna College Student Union Center in Scranton, Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's the opening round of the PIAA State 4A playoffs as District 3 4-seed Susquehanna Township battles District 2 1-seed Scranton Prep. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob I, joined courtside by my friend Matt Schaefer. And Matt, it's a time of year these guys work for. It's the road to Hershey. It starts tonight. The intensity goes a little bit up.
That's right. It's win or go home, and every single kid on the court tonight knows it.
Susquehanna Township's lost 4 of their last 7. They're the 4th seed. They're led by William Folk Jr.
That's right. William's a 6'2 lefty. He's silky smooth. He can shoot from the outside or he can get to the rim.
Word is he might not start tonight, though.
Sounds like there was some issues in school this week, and it appears that there are 4 players from Susquehanna Township that will not start their normal spots.
Scranton Prep, meanwhile, has breezed through the District 2 4A playoffs. They're led by Lafayette recruit Leo O'Boyle.
That's right. Leo's a 6'6 swingman. He can score down low and he can shoot from the outside. He's going to be a really tough matchup for Susquehanna Township, and he's the heart and soul of Scranton Prep this year.
Well, we talked to both coaches. They gave you some keys to the game. Let's go for the Indians first.
That's right. The Indians want to be deliberate on offense. They have to get good possessions, and they want to pressure the Prep guards when they're on defense.
How about for Scranton Prep?
Scranton Prep needs to stop Susquehanna Township's full court game. On offense, Scranton Prep needs to make sure that they get good possessions. There is no shot clock, unfortunately, in Pennsylvania basketball, and hopefully Prep can use as much of it as possible.
The road to Hershey starts tonight for Scranton Prep and Susquehanna Township. When we return, it's the starting lineups and the opening tip.
This is High School Hoops presented by MyTV WQMY.
Here's starters for Susquehanna Township out of the Mid-Penn Keystone Division. It's McGraw at the guard, Rexroth at the guard, Ovita in for Folk, Therese Smith at the forward, and Idola Adeneni, your other forward at 6'5". Gary Martin's the coach of Susquehanna. For Scranton Prep, Leo O'Boyle, Reese Merritt is back, Brian Boland, Mario Rotel, Grayson Shimmerhorn are your guards. The referees tonight, John Layton, Tom Layton, and Steve Scammer. We are set here at Lackawanna College. 4A playoffs are underway. We'll have to see early on, Matt, how 2 starters out of the lineup for the first 4 minutes affects this Indian team.
That's right. First 4 minutes of this game today is going to be key for both teams. Susquehanna Township wants to be deliberate. They want to be slow and get the most out of this 4 minutes. Prep, on the other hand, may want to try to push the tempo that they otherwise would have waited for.
A quick foul on Susquehanna on Denny. That's the first foul for him. First for Susquehanna. The Indians will come out pressing. No surprise there.
Nope. Nice play here by you're putting O'Boyle on the point. He's also guarded by Adeny, who already has 1 foul.
So a short bench tonight for Susquehanna as well. Kevin Coleman, a 6'6 sophomore, well, the 3rd leading scorer. Slam by
that's a way to
Reese
start
Merritt.
the game. Boy, was that a good take. That is an exclamation point to start the game.
Merritt out against Abington. Last time we saw Scranton Prep with the concussion back in the lineup. What a difference he has made.
That's right. He's a 6'6 athletic player.
Stolen by Boland.
Good double pump. Early timeout by Susquehanna Township. Gary Martin tries to get a 30-second timeout here to start the game.
Let's take a look
Here
at the
we
dunk
go.
again.
Reese Merritt down the middle. finishes with authority.
From our GoPro camera behind the bench and an early 4-0 lead. What I was saying is Susquehanna's bench is shortened. Kevin Coleman, who averaged 6 points per game, the 6'6" sophomore, broke his foot this week. Matt, that will really affect them as well.
That's right. You know, it's that time of year where we all start to look at AAU, and you have some AAU tryouts, and it's very well known that you should not be trying out for your AAU team while your team is still playing. And one of the AAU programs that Coleman tried out for told him, no, you're not trying out. So he found a different one, tried out and broke his foot on Saturday night at the tryout.
There's Andrew Kettle, 6th season at Scranton Prep, 135-23, looking to take his team a little bit deeper into the playoffs. This may be their toughest game, and after that, we'll talk about that later on. After that, it opens up a little bit for Prep. They will not possibly see Imhotep till later on. That's if they win tonight. One game at a time. Backdoor cut.
For Prep to see Imhotep Charter, it would be in the state final.
There's Gary Martin, 3rd season with Susquehanna. Has a nice resume, including coaching at Dickinson.
That's right. Gary was my assistant coach for 2 years at Dickinson College, so it was a great opportunity before the game to spend about 10 or 15 minutes with Gary. You got to meet my boys who are helping us out today on the stats.
Okay, so Prep up 4-0. Off the mark with that shot. Susquehanna comes in averaging around 57 points per game.
Smooth pull-up.
How tough is it to come in a place, especially the size of Lackawanna College Union Center, to play and shoot?
I don't think it's very much of an issue. I think that behind the baskets are it's much more normal to your what you've played with all season long. By contrast, last week, Prep and the local teams all had to play at the arena. There was a lot of talk this week about how scoring was down and all the different excuses about why, shot clock, but it's tough to shoot in an arena like that where you have no backdrop. Here, you've got a backdrop behind both hoops, which are similar to what they're going to play with all year long.
So here are the Cavaliers, averaging 60 points per game, beat Nanticoke in the district final. And Merritt stepped out of bounds.
Looked like Susquehanna Township was in a little bit of a man there, maybe a matchup zone. Looked like Prep overloaded to the bench side. No one on the back side. Maybe with a little bit of spacing there, they can get a kick for a 3 or an open jumper.
This is Oveda. They'll play a little catch, him and Rexroth. Travel call, that was John McGraw, the 5'10 senior, got called for the travel.
You see Susquehanna Township's philosophy here, though. They're going to go 4 corners and a guy in the middle. They want to spread Prep's matchup zone out so that they can find weaknesses at different points and hopefully attack from that point. They are being very patient, though. Again, I would anticipate to see both teams play full court token defense, not necessarily to go for a steal, but more to just slow down the tempo of the offensive team.
Rotel on the corner. Back over to Bolin, has some room. Rotel inside, easy 2. Mario Rotel.
Shot fake, 1 dribble up and under. Great play. Prep in a 1-2-2 token 3-quarter court press.
Quick foul. This is going to go against the Cavaliers. We'll see who is on.
Here you go. Nice dish, pump fake, 1 dribble, up and under, finish at the rim. Great job by Rotel.
So it's going to go against Reese Merritt, his first. Quick double team by the Cavaliers. And Denny swings it to the corner.
Shot almost hit the ceiling here. That's a great outlet by Leo.
Merritt got a
Great
little push.
run.
They didn't call it, but as Matt just mentioned, a great run from Reese Merritt.
That was an unbelievable outlet by Leo O'Boyle. 2-hand over the head outlet rebound pass that went the full length of the court.
So an 8-0 lead. Susquehanna a little tight here early on, looking for some points. In the first 4 minutes of this contest, Oviedo will pull it back out, 5'8 senior.
I know Susquehanna Township coaches told me that there was a 4-minute delay on bringing in the a couple of these guys.
And there's the foul. Good pump fake by McGraw. That will take us to our first media timeout. When we come back, there'll be more prep in Susquehanna Township. It's been all Cavaliers here early on. Here's our marquee matchup for the night. We haven't seen Makai Jones quite yet. I don't see him in the lineup here against Brian Poland.
That's right. Makai Jones is a junior. He is quick, 5'9" guard. According to Coach Martin, he is their floor leader. He feels that for Susquehanna Township to be very successful today, Makai Jones is going to be the guy that really does give them the unsung hero opportunity.
First points of the night goes to McGraw. He's 66% foul shooter, averages 9.6 points per game. He's only played in 7 games this season because of an injury. He makes the first 2, and Susquehanna Township on the board, down 6 now. Still don't see Folk and Jones at the scorer's table. Coach Martin going to go with his starters here early on, just down 6.
Notice this time Susquehanna Township pulled back and went to a half court. Open jump shot, but rebound is corralled by number 5, Giannis Oveda.
Yep. Fight underneath. Prep on the run. Jenko into the game. Rotel tried to squeeze it in. Indians going to try to counter. And they can't get by the Leo O'Boyle 6'8" frame. So a little up and down action there for a couple seconds at least. And Cavaliers now will slow it down in their half-court offense.
Susquehanna Township's in a 2-3, but notice they're either in a 2-3 or a box and 1. Looks like a box and 1 with Adonai guarding Leo O'Boyle. Foul was on Tyree Smith, his first.
Team second.
You've got some subs coming in. Nice skip pass of the last on the last possession. Pretty easy call.
Lamar Lester into the game for the first time, number 2.
As well as Makai Jones, number 4.
As
slender 5'9" junior guard.
Averages 9.8 points per game. Let's see if he can give them a little lift. Good shot from the outside by Mayer, went in and out. Still 8-2. And this is Lester, the sophomore, who handles the ball on top. Prep in their man-to-man offense in the white tonight. Susquehanna in the red.
Trying to get a double team out there, trying to force a little bit of action.
Mishandled by Rexroth, and will stay over to the Indians. And some subs now in for Scranton Prep.
Here comes Susquehanna Township's Bill Folk. This is our player of the game for Susquehanna Township. He's going to need a big game, and he's going to have to make it quick because he's already 6 minutes lost tonight.
Jake Strong into the game, number 20 for Scranton Prep. Slammerino, Adeni.
We've had 2 very nice dunks so far this game. We're not even out of the first quarter. Nice to see at the state level how teams just get more athletic.
So Susquehanna's weathered the storm a little bit. Back to a 4-point game. Leo Boyle's not scored though. Bowling off the mark. Good job on the inside by Susquehanna. They're going to get a foul on Strong.
Here you go. Nice. Get to the middle of the paint. Dish. Adonai goes up strong. Finishes with authority.
Susquehanna has the size that can match Scranton Prep, do you think?
I do. You know, you look at Prep, and even in warm-ups, Prep's fun to watch in warm-ups because they come out and they go 6'6", 6'6", 6'7", and a 7-footer that doesn't see time yet. By contrast, Susquehanna Township isn't quite as strong.
Bad turnover.
Man, they look athletic.
This is what plagues Susquehanna in their 2 losses. O'Boyle gets his first 2 turnovers.
But Prep goes right to the basket. Leo O'Boyle plays through 2 potential fouls to finish and give Prep a 5-point first quarter lead.
Jones downtown. Makai Jones for 3.
Gary Martin said he's going to be the key to today's game. We all know that Bill Folk can play. He can shoot. He can score. He'll hit for 17 a game. But Mekhi Jones can hit for anywhere from 10 to 20 each game. Nice step back. And Boland with a big rebound.
Letting them play, the officials out of the Wyoming Valley Conference.
Prep's going to need to do a better job on the boards today.
Jenko, Boland, 2-on-1.
Nice play. Prep goes back up by 5 on an assist by Jenko, a bucket by Boland.
Boland has 4 points. Under a minute here at Lackawanna College. Been a nice up and down game for both teams. This is Jones. Had to sit out the first 4 minutes. Lester to Denny.
Nice
block by Strong.
Strong.
Boland on the Shemmerhorn. Blocked. Tipped away, and it will stay Cavalier ball. 15 seconds left in the first.
It was a fun little sequence there, though. Now you're going to see Prep, they'll come back in with Reese Merritt.
McGraw back into the game for Susquehanna as well. And Malik Murphy, his first appearance for the Indians.
Malik Murphy's a 6'4" junior. Hold on the out-of-bounds play. Pretty easy to see. Reese Merritt tried to come to the middle. I think that's Adonij's second.
It is Adonij's second. Let's see what Gary Martin wants to do. Down Coleman at 6'6". Does he leave the size in?
I don't think he's got enough depth not to. I think the bigger thing is you see that Bill Folk already sat out. Wonder if there's more to the conversation about why he's not playing much.
Could be. Mike Scoff into the game, number 11. Long shot, Rotel, no good. Half court is off the mark from Susquehanna, and the first quarter is in the books here in the PIAA opening round of the 4A playoffs. The home team, the Cavaliers, up by 5. Welcome back to the historic Lackawanna College Student Union Center. Locals might know it as the old Catholic Youth Center. Talking before the game with some of the guys. Yeah, we remember basketball here. The Miners played here. A lot of other guys, but we remember wrestling here. We love to see the wrestling
WWE?
here. Before that, WWF.
Well, you got to remember, Bob, you've got a little bit more history here.
You're just saying I'm older. Yeah, I know.
It's the nicest way I could do it.
But the floor looks beautiful. The landscape of the city of Scranton, you can see it.
Yeah, Mark Volk did a great job with that this year,
yep.
President of Lackawanna College.
And they always host some playoff games, and they are as well today and tomorrow. Cavaliers up just by 5. Blocked away. They're going to get a foul against Murphy, it looks like. Take a look at that again, maybe on the bottom arm.
Fouls on Murphy. Here we go. Nice take to the basket. Prep's very patient. One strong take. Maybe a little bump.
Yep, maybe a clean block. So Boland to the line, misses his first. Shooting 73% on the year. Brian Boland, the senior, had 22 points this year against Honesdale in the regular season.
Boland's both. A key to today.
Oh, but Rotel gets a nice offensive board.
Nice give and go. Jenko and Rotel. Jenko is he is a garbage man.
Jenko throws it up and almost went in. And that garbage almost went right into the incinerator. So Jenko to the line.
But he created that. He went
absolutely.
He had 3 really good plays just in that 10-second sequence. Passed up on a decent look from the corner to find a cutter. So that's 2 really good looks, smart plays. And then he goes and gets the ball.
So
then he hits both. Prep up 7. Just less than a minute into the second quarter.
What do you need to see from Susquehanna offensively?
Bill Folk.
Yeah.
Not sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I'd love to know a little bit more about what's going on, but he's a D2, D3, likely a D3 recruit. He has athleticism to play, good, strong basketball IQ, and he's not in there. Discipline is something that's key to learn in athletics.
Absolutely. Rex Roth missed that last one. There's a
Chased
long
down by
one
Adam.
and way off the mark by Jones. He has range, but I don't know. That's way downtown.
Yeah, there's a Lackawanna college players that don't have that range.
Yeah.
Good to see Leo O'Boyle get back in the game here.
So a quick break from O'Boyle. Merritt also in the game. Also Mike Scoff, the sophomore, number
To
11.
me, Mike Scoff is probably sixth man of the year. He's one of those kids. He's a sophomore that can come off the bench, and there's no drop off. There's no drop off to bringing Scoff off the bench. He's got a great IQ. He'll make the right play, and he's offensively aggressive.
Jones. Little floater, no good.
Another offensive rebound.
Rex Roth, and that will all be off the top of this.
Tipped, though.
Out of bounds. So we'll stay with the Indians as Smith checks back in. McGraw will take a seat. And Bill Folk still remains on the bench. Susquehanna Township has a lot of history in their program.
That's right. When I played in college, I played with a young man named Ellis Proctor who went to Susquehanna Township, and in 1997, Susquehanna Township won the PIAA state final.
2015, they went there as well.
Nice skip pass. Leo O'Boyle up the right sideline, kicks it with a left-hand pass to the corner for Mike Scoff. On cue, Mike Scoff with a three from deep.
We'll stay right here. That's Scoff's 11th three-pointer of the year. 30-second timeout again, Coach Martin. Trying to slow things down. He's got to try to find something offensively without Folk in the lineup.
Right now, I mean, here's the play we're talking about. Left hand all the way to the corner. Scoff catches it. He's shot ready. Right up, hits the three. Extends the lead to 12. This is a key 2-minute span right here for Susquehanna Township. Since you know that they're having issues with some of their players and the playing time that they may be used to, they have to start to have, they need to look to cut the 12-point deficit to 7. You're not going to get it in one possession, and you might even give up a prep bucket, but you've got to move on to the next play and find a way to score.
Well, talking to Coach Gary Martin, he thought his team was much better than their 13-13 record. And maybe with a full lineup they might be, but they're not playing with that full lineup tonight.
That's right. Here you go, though. They're going to go with it. I mean, you're in the States.
Yep.
You know, next man up is the adage that most teams do use. Next man up.
Knocked out of bounds. It will go over to the Cavaliers. Smith thought it went off Scranton Prep. They'll pick up full court.
A couple of their big games tonight, too, Bob. Abington Heights, they're up early, up 14-9 early. Another big one I know that I'm intrigued with is the University of Scranton women. If they win tonight, go to the Elite Eight of the NCAA women's tournament, and they're down 4 at the half.
Little floater from the
Nice
Lafayette
step back.
recruit. 6 for O'Boyle. Largest lead of the night.
That's a tough to defend. Leo's 6'6". He can elevate, and he's a little bit of a fade back there. That's a tough one to defend. Looks like Bill Folk's coming back into the game, as is Grayson Schemmerhorn.
Knocked away, another turnover. Come the Cavaliers up 14.
Great backdoor
Great
cut.
Hotel tried to get it, squeezed it through. We'll mention before this game, Dunmore girls won their 3A opening round easily over Constitution. So now they move on, possibly their hardest games in the last 3 years. Top 2 teams in the state await Dunmore next week, starting with St. Basil on Tuesday, most likely.
We were talking before the game about the Dunmore situation. 3 from the corner as we talked from Tyree Smith. And you look at Dunmore girls, they're going to get into the state tournament here, and for them to make a deep run, they've got to go through the number 1 and the number 2 teams in the state of Pennsylvania in their classification.
Knocked away, good defense by Ovita on the backside.
Looks like every made basket, Susquehanna Township pressures full court. Nice matchup here. Our players of the game, you've got Bill Folk and Leo O'Boyle matched up against each other. They just checked to make sure. Updated that to a three-pointer.
11-point lead now for the Cavaliers here in the second quarter. O'Boyle looking for the and one. Starting to heat up. He has 8.
He's playing well. Backdoor cut. And you see Prep, they're patient. They're looking for their scorers. They know who can score. They know who the guys they have to get the ball to. And Leo O'Boyle's that guy.
Folk outside. He can shoot out there. Left-handed shooter. Good range.
Silky smooth southpaw. They're going to call the foul on the floor, go to the baseline with it.
And that should take us to our second quarter media timeout. Cavaliers in control here, Lackawanna College, as we take a break here on MyTV WQMY. Scranton Prep student body in attendance here as their team is up by 13. Bob-eyed Matt Schaefer courtside. Thought it'd be a little bit closer at this point, but I think what we talked about and explained already, Susquehanna now starting with some of their top players because the disciplinary action has affected them early in this first half.
I agree. And you know what? You can't do anything about that. You're on to the next play, next man up. You've already weathered that storm. Now you got to find a way to close a 13-point early gap in the state tournament where it's win or go home.
Against a veteran Scranton Prep team, used to the playoffs.
That's right.
And they're
well coached,
close to home.
disciplined team.
Yep. So here come the Cavaliers. Leo Boyle has 8 points. Boland with 4 to lead the Cavaliers. Schemmerhorn back in the game, number 0.
Prep's going to be patient and deliberate, trying to go through Leo O'Boyle, make good decisions. Nice spin up and under for his 10th point of the game. Leo O'Boyle has 8 points in the quarter. He's essentially taken over the game right now, and Prep knows it. I think Susquehanna Township knows it too. You got to find a way to get the ball out of Leo O'Boyle's hands if you're wearing red tonight.
You wonder how much Folk is in the game mentally at this point, having to sit out, not used to that disciplinary action.
Can be frustrating. We don't know exactly what happened. I had a great conversation with Coach Martin from Susquehanna Township.
Stolen by Rotel.
Pushes the lead out to 17 early. Susquehanna Township just doesn't look comfortable right now. We talked about the fact that they want to have good possessions on offense, and they have, but not consistently.
Good job by Rex Roth to get himself to the line.
That's right, Grayson Schemmerhorn with a little bump as Rex Roth went up for the deuce. Coach Kettle trying to talk Schemmerhorn through that one.
So Jaquest at the line, 6 for 12 on the year. Hits the front of the rim on that one.
Jaquest Garson Rex Roth is going to Shippensburg to play football next year on a full scholarship. Play defensive back.
And he gets it right back, and he can't make the layup. Nothing going the Indians' way here in the first half.
No, they need chippies to go. If you're going to play on the road, away from home, you really have no following at this game. You've got to make the easy ones. Prep is patient. We talked about that before the game. Good guards. Now, Gary Martin said to me that he thought they might be able to pressure. He might be able that they may be able to pressure the Prep guards into a couple turnovers. We haven't seen that yet. Nice move by Lamar Lester.
His first field goal of the night for the sophomore. Looked good there. Merritt has 6. Playing well Prep's a different team with Reese Merritt in the game.
Their keys are inside out. As much as Prep for the last few years has been a three-point shooting team, Reese Merritt at 6'6", Leo O'Boyle at 6'7". When you have size like that, you have the ability to score inside. That's what you want. Little take by Nick Jenko, never re-established inbounds before being the first player to touch the ball, to use a little lingo.
Little weave, Jones.
When you look at the weave like this, you're going to try to find your mismatch, and then you try to get it to an open. Oh, another nice left pass.
Prep's just beating them down the court.
Leo O'Boyle's third assist. Two of them with great left-handed, one-handed passes. You can see why he's going to Lafayette next year. Another board by Leo. Strong move.
Prep's just running them out of the gym. Ortel will just slow it down.
Under a minute, you got about 35 seconds. Prep looks like they're going to try to go for one. Coach Kettle's yelling for one shot. Now Susquehanna Township here can take a chance. You have 5 team fouls so far, so you have one to give in theory. Prep very deliberate. You don't want to foul now. You've already given up some time, but it's not a bad thing to go for a steal. Boy, that's a tough one.
Lester's going to pick up his first foul, and as Match said, it's just the 6th now, so no 1-on-1 for the Cavaliers. Plenty of time.
First time that we're going to see Derek Horn come off the bench for the Indians.
He'll sit for Lamar Lester.
He's a 6'2" wide body.
Boland will set it up from half court. Feed it through Leo O'Boyle. Almost stolen by Jones. It is. Still a couple seconds left.
2,
Jones.
1.
Oh, from half court.
Wow.
Makai Jones. Well, that's a highlight for Susquehanna. It cuts the lead to 16 at the half. The Cavaliers, though, go in, leading the Indians at the half in the PIAA for a playoffs. We'll have a special interview coming up at the half, and then Matt and I will be joined at the table, and we'll have highlights coming up as well. Big lead for Scranton Prep.
This is High School Hoops presented by MyTV WQMY.
We're at the half. Scranton Prep with a 16-point lead over Susquehanna Township. Well, the Classics from Scranton Prep have a game tomorrow against Elko, their opening round of the girls 4A playoffs. They are the District 2 champions, so congratulations. We have some of them joining right now. We also want to talk about a special lady on the team who's going through something right now. But first, we're going to talk about tomorrow's game. So Alyssa Penatar is going to talk first. So congratulations on winning the district championship. What did that mean to you guys again?
That meant a lot. I mean, last year we won it as well, and we wanted to send us as the seniors off, but with another win. So it meant a lot to us and our team.
And Kathleen Rose, what do you think about tomorrow's game?
You know, we had a tough week of practice. You know, the players and the coaches have been working really hard, and we're really excited. We're hoping to pull out a good win.
You guys were in it last year. How did you do?
The state tournament last year, we made it to the Elite 8. We made it like 2-3 rounds in, and we lost to the state champions, so we made it pretty far, and that was a major accomplishment of ours. Hopefully we could go farther this year.
So Kathleen, you made it to the Elite 8 last year. What did you guys learn that you want to use that experience this year?
You know, we learned to keep fighting. We didn't know if a lot of people had doubted us, and we believed in ourselves, so as long as we keep believing in ourselves, I think we have a good shot to do, great things this year.
Well, they're wearing the orange ribbons. You can see them on there. And Grace Stampion, the juniors, going through what right now?
It was heartbreaking to find out that about Grace, but we know she's strong and that she has this. She will get through this.
And she's just found out that she has leukemia, correct?
Yes.
And well, how did you guys, that was probably surprising to you guys. Now, how do you dig deep and try to keep playing basketball knowing what she's going through?
Well, we kind of just have to think to ourselves, like, we have to play for Grace and win for her because she can't be with us.
Absolutely, and you're going to play for Grace. So what about the orange ribbons? What is that significant for?
The orange ribbon is significant for leukemia. It's the type of cancer she has, so as long as we're wearing it, we're thinking of her through everything we do.
Where is Grace right now?
She's at CHOP in Philadelphia.
And have you guys had a chance to speak with her at all?
Yeah, she's called us when she first found out.
And how's she doing? Sorry.
She's doing well.
Good.
I mean, it's tough, but
Right.
she's strong.
I know. How close are you guys as a team? I mean, any team, especially you guys at Scranton Prep, are all close. The junior class is real close, right?
Yeah, we're all best friends. We all get along really well, and especially Grace. She's a really kind person, so when we found out, it was obviously heartbreaking, but because we're all so close, we think we're gonna be okay, and we hope we pull through for her too.
So they're playing for Grace. What do you think about playing tomorrow?
We're well prepared, and on our shoes we wrote "Play for Grace," so that will help us to realize. Yeah.
That's awesome. And what do you think about playing tomorrow? And what does it mean playing for Grace?
I think playing for Grace means we're trying to do our best for her, show strength for her, and do as best as we can.
Hey, good luck, and our thoughts and prayers are with Grace, and I know everyone watching tonight, their thoughts and prayers are with Grace as well. Scranton Prep Classics playing Elko tomorrow in the 4A playoffs. So when Matt and I come back, we'll have highlights from the game right here at Lackawanna College.
This is High School Hoops presented by MyTV WQMY.
Both teams on the floor here at Lackawanna College, a 16-point lead for the home team, the Scranton Prep Cavaliers. Well, I'm joined again by Matt Schaefer at the table. His son is behind us, if you're wondering who that is. And Jordan is over here, the other son, taking stats. So thank you to the Schaefers for helping us out here tonight. But really, it's been all Scranton Prep. They opened up 8-0. They really haven't trailed in this game at all.
They haven't. They opened it up with an emphatic dunk by Reese Merritt. Then they had a great first quarter, went up 8-0 before Susquehanna Township got on the board, brought their starters off the bench, but they never were able to close it anything below 12 points.
And Leo Boyle really heated up in that second quarter, scoring 8 points.
He did. Leo has 10 for the game so far, along with 5 boards and 3 assists for the Scranton Prep Cavaliers.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Why don't we? Talked about Merritt getting it started.
That's his emphatic dunk to start the game, and then you see the Bill Walton outlet all the way down the court to Reese Merritt for 2. Then you get baseline dunk by Adonai from Susquehanna Township to bring a little bit of life back, to work the ball around before Makai Jones with a deep 3 on the Lackawanna College court. Then you get another left-handed pass from Leo Boyle, the Lafayette recruit, to sophomore Mike Scoff for the deep 3. The Indians answer with another bucket from deep before Prep extends their lead with a couple open court layups from Rotel.
He has 6, by the way.
Shemmerhorn and Bolendahl with open courts. Good second quarter play. And then nice play at the end of the first half. Buzzer beater from half court, but for the Indians.
Yeah, that's the little highlight that we're going to take to the break. When we come back, second half action here on MyTV. We're back. Second half action underway. Susquehanna in the red, trailing. Scranton Prep will have the ball first.
Susquehanna Township opens it up, very patient. But again, Bill Folk, player of the game, their leading scorer, overall best player, starts the game on the bench. Makai Jones, though, does get into the game early here in the second half.
Little step back 3 from Jones. He's got nice range. Nice shooter is the 5'9" junior. But he can't do it himself.
It's a hold on Boland. Hold on Boland. I think that's his second.
His second, yep.
Got a couple scores as we whip around. Abington Heights up by about 12. Western Wayne playing in its first state tournament in quite a few years.
Yeah, playing Danville.
Down 11.
Down 11. Danville is the District 4 champs. They're very good. Senior-oriented team.
University of Scranton women down 7 in the third quarter.
Oh, in and out.
You need to have those fall. If you're Susquehanna Township, you got to get bunnies. You have to get layups. They are easy shots for you to get a little bit of momentum from. Nice ball pressure, though, by Makai Jones. Handled by Brian Bone. Nice take. Floater up and in. Extends that lead to 18.
Well, that's way downtown for McGraw, and Gary Martin does not want to see that quick shot. You give Rotel an opportunity, a little banker goes in.
Another floater by the prep guards. Gary Martin with another timeout. His third he's taken so far this.
And we'll have to stay here. It's the fourth overall. His third.
His third.
Yep.
Reminiscent of Jack Lyons. Jack Lyons would have used all 5
in the
and
first
a couple more.
Yeah.
He could have in the first half.
Here is the road so far for Scranton Prep. The nice game against Nanticoke. The Trojans also playing tonight gave Scranton Prep a little bit of a worry. As you said, Western Wayne is now the third seed. They beat them, and they opened with a nice win over Myers. Abington Heights, we just talked about, on the road to Hershey. Talk about them in a second, and then you see what Prep has gone. Just one loss so far over the last 8 games.
Yeah, just had a quick message from a buddy at the Abington Heights game and just said it's pretty easy. Tinsley and Kohler are too much, so the defending state champs look like they're going to pull that one out.
And I guess the question is, how far can the Comets go? Can they get back to the state title game? It's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's never easy. I mean, let's be honest. I never thought we'd see a 5A team come out of this area, 5A or a 6A team come out of this area and win the state title. It's so difficult to compete with some of your urban schools, your Philly schools, your Pittsburgh schools, as well as your Harrisburg schools. And it was a nice run that they went on last year, very athletic. They have a chance to repeat this year because they've been there. Nothing's new to them this year. Be interesting to see if Prep can make a similar run this year in 4A.
Right, the winner of this, we didn't even mention, will play either Shamokin or Wilson.
Shamokin's tough. I think Prep's a little bit more experienced and disciplined.
Blocked away by Rexroth. Well, we had Shamokin and Prep here 3 years ago in the opening round. Merritt going to go to the line for the first time tonight.
Fouls on Tyree Smith on the inside. See him get the left arm there as Reese Merritt goes up. Merritt banks the free throw. Unconventional, we'll call that. Still counts as one, whether it swishes or whether it banks. That looked a little better. But again, extended the lead to 22. You're in the third quarter. If this gets to 30, this is going to be a tough one.
Something on the court.
Looks like we got a couple fans in the front row there, a couple young fans in the front row with their toys ended up on the court.
Denny,
nice
little reverse
take by Adney.
Adney, yep.
Very nice take. Strong, played through the contact. Now that's the contact that Leo Boyle played through in the first half. So it is, we can say that they're consistent about the post play and the shots at the rim.
Back out to Boland. Inside, O'Boyle 1-on-1 against Denny. Little floater, no good. Good box out by Smith.
Again, though, it's nice to see Prep continue to go through Leo O'Boyle. Division I recruit for a reason. His size and strength, as well as his basketball IQ, are essential for Prep today, especially if they want to make a deep run.
And remember, he's only played in how many games? This is 15 games this season. That's it. Might
be a help for him.
Yeah, that's exactly it. His legs might be healthy, and it was a good opportunity for the team to play without him.
That's right.
They did not suffer. I mean, 22-3 overall. 2 of those losses to Abington Heights.
Prep deliberate with their offense. Screen and roll. Boland down the middle.
Prep's other loss to Penridge.
Oh, nice steal by Rotel.
Boland, Schermerhorn. Having
Gotta
a tough
make
time layups.
Boy, Rotel is just 2 great plays to get Prep another possession.
Rotel again. Oh, they are letting them play. There's a lot of bumping and bruising out there.
Yeah, I thought there might have been a call there, could have been made. Nice thing is, though, at this level, you have to play through these. Doesn't matter, because the angle that the referee has is different than the angle that you may have. And at the end of the day, they're letting both sides play through a lot of contact, but they're letting both sides play through it, and that's the key.
So Merritt's matched Leo Boyle. We have some blood by Bolin. That should take us to our media timeout as Bolin's going to get checked out, and Prep continues here at Lackawanna College to lead Susquehanna Township.
Where'd Bolin get it?
Here's this week's rankings by Penn Live out of Harrisburg. See Scranton Prep at number 7. One of the daily item rankings has them as high as number 5. And there you see Bishop McDevitt. They won the district title down in District 3 where Susquehanna Township is out. And really Bonner, Prendergast, and Imhotep fighting it out in District 12.
That's right. The good thing for Prep is they don't have to go through both of them, though. They got to go through Bonner. Imhotep is on the western side of the state because that's how the rankings and the seedings come out at the state side. Far more eastern 4A teams than there are on the eastern side. Excuse me, there's far more on the eastern side than there are on the western side.
Murphy picked up his first field goal for Susquehanna. 20-point lead. He's just too hard to cover underneath.
He is. And you know what? That's a great pass by Rotel. Mario Rotel threw a nice lob pass up and over. Leo had his guy sealed, and then Leo patiently goes up for the bucket. Little energy by Mike Scoff off the bench. I like it.
Showing the range, Leo Boyle from downtown.
That might be a dagger.
15 for O'Boyle.
Nice answer. Malik Murphy off the bench answers Leo's 3.
That's his 19th 3 for Murphy.
Jenko plays a very patient point guard position.
It took a while to get O'Boyle back into the mix. I remember seeing him in the first game with Valley View, and he didn't play a whole lot. There's a foul going to go against, I believe, Reese Merritt, his second. But once O'Boyle got going.
He's got 17 for the game.
Yeah, he scored 31 against Myers in the playoffs.
He's saying, give me the ball. I'm going to go one-on-one. I don't care who's guarding me right now. Find me in the post. I'm going to go to the left-hand block, to the right-hand, to the left-hand block. And I'm going to try to make a move to come back to my right, and I'm going to score all day long.
Stop me.
He's got 17 points. He's got 8 boards. He's leading the game in passion, effort.
Horn makes second, the senior. Right into the press.
But again, the press isn't necessarily a run and jump press. It's let's slow him down. There you go. Now you get into this to the backcourt.
This should be a little slam by Merritt, and he missed it. Luckily, Schermerhorn was there to pick up the garbage, and he got fouled.
Definitely a nice look. Steal by Scoff at half court. Looks up, finds Merritt. It's a tough one as a coach, because if you don't get that one, you had a great opportunity, but if your teammate's not there to pick you up, it's a tough one.
Schermerhorn on the board now. His first point of the evening.
You can take those chances, though, up 23.
Yeah, that's what it was. Becomes a little showtime.
That's right.
He hits the second. Schermerhorn had 18 against Hazleton this year. That was his high.
Those are his first buckets of the night. Tonight, though.
Susquehanna coming off back-to-back losses in the district playoffs. Berks Catholic they lost to, and Lancaster Catholic, and now they have to play another Catholic school right after that.
That's right. Ball's going to go to Bill Folk in the corner. Nice box out and rebound by Jake Strong, getting some good minutes off the bench. Boland's back in with his nose plugged up.
Boyle feeling it.
Boy, oh boy. He looks good right now, confident. Every time he touches the ball, he feels he can score. And he is.
Foul on the floor. You know, George Tinsley kind of did the same thing a little bit last year for Abington. He kind of carried them a little bit through the playoffs.
He did. You know,
Leo Boyle could be that same person for Scranton Prep, Division I product.
Agreed. Tinsley going to Binghamton. O'Boyle and Tinsley play on the same AAU team. With on cue, Brian Boland.
His first three. 29th three on the year. He has a nice game going. Blocked from Boland.
Nice patient play by Leo O'Boyle.
Jenko going to go downtown. No good. Knocked out of bounds as Jake Strong tried to get his hand on it. 34 seconds left here in the third quarter. Another quarter dominated by Scranton Prep.
If you're the Susquehanna Township Indians here, you've got to score quickly. You almost have to throw out your game plan of being patient and deliberate right now. You've got to cut the lead. You're down 21 points, 31 points.
This guy's still looking for his basket. Folk, that is, the leading scorer, and he'll have to do it at the line.
.12 seconds left. Nice take down the middle. A lot of contact.
75% shooter is Folk. Maybe a little bit too late.
It's his first bucket of the game, first point of the game.
His first point of the game.
Prep goes with Schemmerhorn, Boland, Jenko, Scoff, and O'Boyle for the last 12 seconds.
Well, Folk has a nice stroke. I mean, he's got a nice shot. You can just tell.
He does. Leo weaves through traffic, finds Scoff in the corner. Oh,
that might have been the dagger.
Place was ready to erupt.
It is, but another big quarter for the Cavaliers from Scranton Prep. They're easily beating Susquehanna Township. High School Hoops is brought to you by Keystone College. Experience open house Saturday, April 27th. Student and parents register at keystone.edu. Back in Scranton, Lackawanna County at the Lackawanna College Student Union Center, Bob Ide, Matt Schaefer, opening round of the 4A PIAA playoffs. And it's been all Scranton Prep from the first quarter on. As Susquehanna has come up from the Harrisburg area and not played their best basketball.
No. Prep came up from 3 blocks away, and they look like they're very comfortable today. Open up the fourth quarter with a 29-point lead. Your best player, Leo O'Boyle, starts the fourth quarter with 20 points and 9 boards. Rex Roth, the Shippensburg football recruit, with a nice take to the basket and one. See if he can get the conventional three-point play.
First field goal of the night for the senior. He can't get the roll. Tied up, and it will stay Susquehanna Township ball on the turnover. So nice job. Looked like by Smith, Therese Smith, the 6'3 senior. 21-10, that was just what Prep outscored the Indians in the third quarter. So they didn't give up, knowing they're up so big, and Jones showing some range. He's got 3 threes.
Yeah, Gary Martin said that would be the key, was how well Makai Jones played today. Could they get a couple buckets and some good point guard leadership from him? Preps played very deliberate. Key to the game before was that they wanted to play very deliberate on offense, and they've done that. Nice inside post move by Reese Merritt for 2. Merritt in double figures with 12. Jake Scoff with the board from a deep 3 from Malik Murphy. Prep brings it up the court. Brian Boland, good strong point guard move. Take to the basket and 1. His turn for the conventional 3.
11 for Boland, go to the line.
We do a quick whip around again. Western Wayne is down. Nice take by Boland here.
Nanticoke is leading their game, Matt.
Nice.
In the 4th, 50-29.
Nanticoke is who Prep beat to get into this game. Abington's up 16 on theirs in their game. University of Scranton women are down 2 in the 4th. Abington Heights boys again up 16. Western Wayne down against Danville. You see Boland coming to last. Now this is 3 drives in a row that Brian Boland's just taking it. It's 1 dribble and he's getting to the paint. It's what you want your point guard to do. Leo O'Boyle settling down the Cavaliers. Quick timeout so they can save the possession. It'll be Prep ball after the timeout.
We'll stay right here. 6:11 left in the 4th quarter. So we talked about the playoffs, about what Scranton Prep is. This is what they've done in the last 4 seasons. And you can see there's something that stands out a lot. It's their losses to District 12 teams in the quarterfinals just about every year.
That's right. And again, it's always the top of the District 12 teams. Newman Goretti and Imhotep Charter are consistently the best teams coming out of the Philadelphia area in the 4A classification. This year, Newman went down because of reclassification, but Imhotep stayed.
And then you have Bonner
Pendergrass,
who's kind of taken the place of Newman Goretti. Again, the winner here will take on Shamokin or Wilson, trying to find a score of that game. We have a foul.
Ball's on the baseline. Jordan McGraw with the foul for the Indians. I believe that's his 3rd.
Into O'Boyle. We have 20 points for O'Boyle.
Got 20 points. Nice backdoor cut by Jenko. Another hustle play by Mario Rotel gets another possession. Kick out opposite for 3. And again, Rotel on the floor. Tying it up. Getting Prep the ball back. That's 4 hustle plays to extend Prep possessions in the second half alone. Bill Folk off the bench for the Indians, returning to the game. He's their leader. I'm not sure if there's anything that the Indians can do down 29 with less than 6 left, but if they want to win, Bill Folk's got to be on the floor.
Does it make you wonder if Folk had started, be a little bit closer? Or do you think Prep has just played so well in this game?
Probably a combination of both. You know, I mean, when it comes to basketball, confidence and momentum are 2 of the biggest things that players have. And in the case of today, Bill Folk not being on the court gives Prep a little bit of confidence early. Nice hustle play by Nick Jenko, tips the ball away from Bill Folk. A couple handoffs, and Prep with another bucket in the open court, doubling up the Indians.
Foul on the floor. Jenko with the foul. And a whole mass substitutions now coming in for Scranton Prep.
This is great to see kids that have worked all year get into the games.
Let me see. David Hazuri, number 12, Number 11 is Mike Scoff. We've seen him. Number 20 is Jake Strong.
Brady Stallman, number 1.
Stallman, number 1. And number 5, Gavin Bednar. So a big round of applause for many of the starters for Scranton Prep. They'll take a break now, up 30 points on Susquehanna Township. And it looks like the Cavaliers will take on Wilson on Tuesday, as Wilson beat Shamokin tonight 45-33.
Key now is finish with a little bit of confidence. You know, you're up 29. You're comfortable that you've won this game. Even though it's your second group, you still want to try to keep or extend your lead a little bit, because, as we said, confidence and momentum are two of the biggest things. You take them not only within the game that you're in, but into the next game, and hopefully when you're making a run in playoffs, through a round or two afterwards.
I believe Wilson is out of District 11.
Nice board by Gavin Bednars.
5th team foul on Susquehanna. Alveda picked it up.
O'Boyle ends the night with 20 points, 9 boards. Reese Merritt ends the night with 12 points, 3 boards. Boland with a nice night.
Boland with 11.
Correct.
Well,
Shemmerhorn with 4 points. And Mario Rotel with more hustle plays than points tonight.
So all of the starters at least got on the board.
Jake Strong with a nice floater.
Jake's first field goal. He has a couple of free throws.
Nice move by Folk.
Into the corner. Deep 3.
And
Make it a
1.
possible 4 for Gavin Bednars. His second 3 of the season. And he can get a 4-point play if he makes the free throw. Oh, when things are going your way, they are going your way.
That's right. Prep's playing really well. Top to bottom playing well right now. The Indians with their road red haven't played well today. They looked inconsistent. Their players, players that we thought are their star players, had some issues coming into the game. Decreased some playing time.
And that should take us to our media timeout. 3:54 left in this game. All Cavaliers here in Scranton. We are back at Lackawanna College. Bob Ide and Matt Schaefer, along with the Schaefer family here, helping us out courtside. But all Scranton Prep opened up an early 8-0 lead on the 4th seed out of District 3. And it looks like they will face now the 3rd seed out of District 11. That will be Wilson, they're now 18-9 overall. So if they Prep looking ahead, if they can get by Wilson, then they'll finally play a top seed, most likely either Bethlehem Catholic or Lower Moreland.
Bethlehem Catholic's one of the best teams in the state.
They're, yep.
Again, coming out of the Allentown, Bethlehem area. Lower Moreland, out of District 1, Philadelphia area. They'll be tough.
Yeah, 22-3 they are. So a couple more games for Scranton Prep.
Their next game will be Tuesday.
Tuesday, yep. Of course, the Classics play Elko tomorrow.
Now, since they're playing Wilson, I would anticipate they may be at Scranton. They could be at Carbondale.
Could be at Hazelton.
Could be at Hazelton.
Well, you would think they go in the middle now.
Yep.
So if it's Wilson, Wilson is on top of the bracket, so I don't know. Finally see some athleticism from Folk. It's actually his first field goal,
That's
right?
right. Two of the players we talked about before the game, Bill Folk and Mekhi Jones. Jones has shot the ball really well. Bill Folk's had inconsistent minutes today, so it's been tough to see him get into a rhythm.
Yeah.
Nice take by Jake Strong again. Strong's played well off the bench today.
So Cavalier fans won't have far to travel, as you would maybe in the Stroudsburg area. Folk hangs and gets the roll. So Bill Folk Jr., the 6'4" senior, who has 5.
Folk hasn't played well today, but you know, anytime you see a player ending their career, you want to see them end on a good note. Obviously, first 3 quarters of this game were tough for Folk.
Well, they don't get any easier, let's just say, as you move on into the PIAA playoffs.
They don't.
Opening rounds, typically, some games, you know, are like this, and like the Dunmore game that we saw before this. This big leads for the district champions. As 5 more prep players will come in on the next whistle.
That's nice to be able to see kids get minutes.
Nice take from Rexroth.
It's tough though. I know there's kids coming into the game that I don't even recognize the names. Foul on a take to the basket.
They're not even on the roster.
No. It's tough.
Well, it could be their only opportunity to play. 154. Bednar's at the line again.
One of my favorites coming into the game, though, Jake Kozarowski, number 21. Had a great story about him last year. Some of the things that Jake has battled through physically. Cancer at a young age.
Right.
Prep's going to end the game strong here.
Of course, the whole prep community saying prayers for Grace Stampian, who has leukemia, found out a couple weeks ago. They're all wearing orange ribbons on their uniforms. Well, some orange in the crowd as well. We wish her well.
The Stampian family, and you see this, I feel like you see this all the time. Great families are cursed with situations like the Stampians are going through. I know Grace's dad, Ted, very well, and Grace's brother, Charlie, played with us this year. So it's tough to see such a good family go through something like this, but their support network is very strong, not just within the Prep family, but within the Stampian family as well. So you know that they're going to battle through this. This is tough to see because right now you've got Prep's 3rd team going against Susquehanna Township's starter still, essentially. Oh, good block.
Blocked away.
Highlight reel coming. Nice athletic dunk by Will Folk. Freshman Robbie Rossi.
Who Andrew Kettle really likes.
Freshman.
6'4" freshman. Of course, the Rossi family well known at Scranton Prep.
That's right. And they still have more Rossies.
They still have more Rossies coming. Yeah.
Ambrose, I think, a 6th. I think he's in 6th now.
He's in 6th grade with my son. He's
Yeah.
taller than my son. My son's 5'8".
Nicholas he's a monster. Your son Nicholas is a monster.
He's a big boy. Well, Rossi's a big boy too.
Agreed. It is fun watching those two go at it in the post.
Well, Rossi's more of an outside player, Ambrose, and my son's an inside guy. We'll see what happens in the long run.
And a lacrosse kid.
Mike's son, yeah.
Minute left. Quarter 3.
Oh, that's not some cloud action in it. That was a high arcing shot.
Oveda.
Oh, watch backcourt of a foul. 52 seconds left in this one.
Seemed like a pretty easy call. I mean, you've got nothing to lose, so you're going to go for the foul, but you're likely going to foul. You're going to go for the steal, but you're likely going to foul a couple of them. Quick update.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
That over?
No.
University of Scranton Lady Royals. Let's ooh and ah. People don't know what we're talking about. Are up 1. Is that 1 second left in the game?
1 second left. Looks like Christopher Newport going to the line with 1 second down 1.
Oh, boy. Another steal from Susquehanna. The score's going to be a little bit closer than it actually was this whole game.
Game wasn't this close.
No. 21, they were up, Prep was up 30 at some point, 31. And
Lady Royals with the win. Came back from down 8 to beat Christopher Newport and advance to the quarterfinals.
And they will play tomorrow. So if you don't want to go to the St. Patrick's Day parade, or if you're going to the parade, go up and see the Lady Royals. Also, plenty of basketball action.
There is. Wilkes hosts a doubleheader. Do we have a doubleheader here in Scranton as well?
Marywood has 3 games tomorrow, and there's 2 here, I think. So there's plenty of basketball if you're not into the parade. Last 15 seconds, Prep moving on to take on Wilson next Tuesday. Cavaliers will improve to 23-3. Susquehanna will have a losing record to end the season at 13-14. And they're going to jump ball at a .8 left to play. Some frustration setting in now for Susquehanna Township. We want to thank Gary Martin for being so cordial to us, giving us the roster and stats and everything through the week. And I know you know him well, better than I do, but I found him to be very genuine as a coach. And he had to do what he had to do tonight with his team, and that meant leaving some starters out most of the game. So the final score, Prep moving on with a 71-50 win over Susquehanna Township. Matt and I will be back with our players of the game after this.
So we're back at Lackawanna College. The final score, Scranton Prep moving on to the PIAA 4A playoffs with a big win over Susquehanna Township, 71-50. Players of the game, Brian Boyle, Leo Boyle, and Brian, we're moving on a little bit easier than they thought, or you like the way you guys played tonight?
I just really like the way we played. We had a full week to prepare for them, so we really focused on what we needed to do to win this game, and we came out and shot the ball really well, and got Leo the ball, and we got going.
Seems like you guys are a little bit of a roll now. Seems like chemistry is really starting to take effect, especially with Leo in the Leo in the lineup a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we honestly weren't healthy until our, I think, 20th game of the season. Weren't fully healthy, and we got a long win streak going on, and we're starting to play really well. We're looking forward to the rest of the states.
Okay, let's bring Leo in. Big night, 20 points, 9 rebounds for the Lafayette recruit. And how good is this team getting right now?
I think we're meshing at the perfect time right now. I think we played our best basketball a couple weeks ago, and we just got better and better in practice and in the games every week. And I think we're only going to get better from here on. We just got to keep working in practice.
How far can this team go, you think, the way you guys are playing, the confidence that you guys have?
I think if we work hard and we keep playing the way we are, I think we determine where we go. We determine our fate.
Good luck, Leo. You're moving on to play Wilson.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. They probably had, I'm not sure the score, but I know they're both very good teams that played, and I'm excited to play Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson beat Shamokin tonight, so a big win there. You see them next Tuesday. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, let's bring in Matt for some final thoughts. And they talked about it. They are getting hot at the right time.
That's right. It's the end of the year. It's win or go home. Prep's rolling right now. Couple games off for O'Boyle in the middle of the year while he had an injury. Now that he's back, they look really good to make a run.
So a good night all around the Scranton area for our local teams.
That's right. You had Abington won, Prep won, Dunmore Girls won,
I think Western Wayne fell tonight.
Nanticoke won.
University of Scranton women won. It's going to be a great weekend of basketball. We've got a bunch more tomorrow.
The road to Hershey continues for Scranton Prep, and the road to Hershey for all of our high school teams continue Tuesday for the teams that played tonight, and there'll be more action around this area tomorrow afternoon. So for Matt, for everyone here at Lackawanna College, I want to thank them. For the entire Fox 56 sports crew, this is Bob Ide saying so long from Lackawanna College.
This is High School Hoops presented by MyTV WQMY.